Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Morning Christian Education. My name is Sister Teraie Deloach. I attend Greater Bethlehem Temple Apostolic Church, located on 4781 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati, Ohio, where Bishop James Chapman is the pastor. Today's lesson is titled Complaints About Manna, and the lesson text comes from Numbers chapter 11, verse 4 through 6, and verse 10 through 23. The golden text reads, And the Lord said unto Moses, Is the Lord's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. And that's from Numbers chapter 11, verse 23. In the lesson, manna was the food God had provided the Israelites and others who had came along with them while traveling in the desert. Manna was the name the people came up with because they didn't know what it was. So manna means, what is it? In Exodus chapter 16, verse 31, manna is described as being white and like coriander seed. It tastes like wafers made with honey. It could be grounded in a mill or with a mortar and pestle, or baked in a pan or boiled. It was similar to unleavened bread. It was a very versatile food that could be prepared in different ways. Even though the Lord provided the people with quail every evening, and they also brought flocks and herds such as goats and cattle, the people ate manna every day. So they wasn't out of food. They just complained. They just began to complain about eating it every day. I remember when I was younger, my mom, when it was time to eat something and we didn't like it, and we was like complain about the food, my mom would say, well, you know what? There's people in Africa starving and they would love to have that food. But me, as a child, even though I'd be thinking in my head, well, give it to them, send it to them. But I knew better not to say that. So to save myself from being popped in the mouth or even just going hungry, I ate it. But I also knew my mom worked hard to provide for my siblings and I, so I didn't want to be ungrateful. God knew the Israelites would get tired of eating manna because they had been eating it for at least 38 years. They were in the wilderness for 40 years. So 38 of those years, they ate manna every day. So I can see where they was complaining. But there was a lesson that God was trying to teach them. He wanted them to know the virtues of thankfulness, gratitude, and dependence. So instead of being thankful with what God gave them, they were sitting in their tents weeping and crying and complaining. So this angered God and Moses. Moses felt overwhelmed and he went to God about it. Moses asked if he had done something wrong. He sarcastically said, Did I conceive all these children? He even went as far as asking God to take his life. I guess he was that fed up. God came up with a solution for Moses. Moses was to gather together 70 of the elders of Israel and bring them to the tabernacle. The Lord would come down there and talk to Moses and impart some of the Spirit unto the elders. The Spirit of God imparted gifts that are multifaceted, meaning God's Spirit enabled the 70 elders to help Moses bear the burden of the responsibility of the people. Therefore, his task wouldn't be so difficult. He had help then. The Spirit enabled Moses to be a patient and humble and faithful leader. He told the people to sanctify themselves and to set themselves apart spiritually and to expect a miracle from God the next day. You can't serve God any kind of way. You have to be clean, holy, and determined and faithful. You have to be like minded. That's like having the mind of Christ. God will always provide. He has a ram in the bush for you. We must trust him and just talk to him and believe that he'll do what he said. When he provides, you'll know that it's God because no one can provide like he can. He shows up and he shows out. He makes ways out of no way. I know times when I would go in the grocery store and I have a certain amount of money and I go in there and little do I know it might be stuff on sale. Or, you know, the prices will be reduced and, you know, I'll be glad about that. Or sometimes you might find some money somewhere that you didn't hid or didn't even know you had. So that still is a way that God is providing for you. Or, you know, somebody might walk up to you and give you some money, you know, bless you with some money. So God will always provide for you if you stay faithful to him. God is faithful. Don't miss out on a blessing because you can't get what you want or you think what you need. God knows. Maybe you're not ready for what you think you need. Maybe it will destroy you down the line. God knows what's best for you. Don't complain. Trust God. He'll take care of you. Now read up next time. Continue to read and see what happened with the people of Israel once God came up with a solution for them. But until next time, I'll tell you next time how God provided for Moses and the Israelites. I hope I have put something on your mind. Until next time, God bless.